Okay, let's go.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Taliko Vima English. This is the Fly on the Wall series, and it's from Mandarin to English. However, many of the practices and the information that I share with Doris are helpful to everyone, no matter what language you're coming from, because Doris has chosen this particular round or series to learn about listening comprehension. And so listening comprehension is pretty universal. So don't tune out because you've heard it's from Mandarin to English. Stay tuned in and do the practices with us and learn from this. This is the third session with Doris. If you want to see the first two sessions, you can click on the links above to those. Doris, welcome back. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Of course, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What I mean by that is not just health, but how are you doing with your English learning? How's that going?
Hmm. I think I'm keep making progress.
Good, good. We've been in contact and we've sent Doris some things, some audio files for her to transcribe and we leveled them up a little bit. She settled on like level 2 or 3, right, Doris, on the
Yes,
audio
yes.
files. And we want to explain that and demonstrate that a little bit more to the viewers today. And then I have a way of kind of remixing or enhancing the same process, but also bringing in some other stuff that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. No need to be nervous. It's going to be fun. And what I'm going to ask you to do, Doris, is we're going to
Okay.
use the chat section here on Zoom so that you can actually type your results in. You can type your results in as I say things to you. So when I say something to you here, do you have your subtitles on right now? Is your
No?
Okay, don't turn them on. Don't turn them on. Do not turn them on. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I have to trust
yeah.
you on that. I have no way of knowing. So I'm going to read some sentences first, and then I want you to write them down like we've been doing. And then
Okay.
but I want you to type them in the chat here so that I can bring up the chat and show the viewers at home what you typed. So you ready to do an example?
Yes.
Okay. So the chat is right here. And I had never checked this, but I hope that the chat is recorded on the screen. If not, I'll have to type it in later. It's okay. So here's the chat. And I think I need to share the screen in order to, let me try that. There we go. I'll close the chat here and then I'll do share screen, share the whole screen. And then when I come back here, I think it will show the chat. I'm not sure though. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, there's you and I up there, and that's enough. And what we'll do is we will reduce this, and then we have this lovely background and see if I can bring the chat back up. Oh, interesting. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. So hopefully they can see this chat text here, and I will read something, and Doris, you will type it here in the chat. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So the first sentence is, in today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. In today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. I'll say it again. In today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation.
Mm, um, I I didn't get all points.
So
But I can,
it's okay.
yeah.
I want you to type it in the chat. Can you type it in the chat here?
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah, you can just type it so that the viewers at home can see it. So I'll read it to you again and you can type it,
Okay.
okay? Okay. In today's
Okay.
class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. In today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. In today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. Just hit enter when you're finished. In today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. Okay, good. This is a very good example. This is a very good example, Doris.
Yeah, but I didn't get all the points.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Yeah.
Come on. We're working together. Every time this is more natural, it's better. It's totally better when it's like this. And that's why you don't know what's happening before we get together. So in today's class, we'll discuss a topic related to conservation. And so that's very, very close. I like the way you did a capital I for in today's class. You did a comma. We'll discuss a topic related to conservation. And so I wanted to show everyone at home that when you're doing this, there's one primary objective. So for you, you wanted to increase your hearing comprehension. So capturing the idea of what's being said is the number one goal. And you did that very well. Mission accomplished. As you go, you can decide to increase your expectations to include correct spelling of words as you go. And the third thing you can do if you want to level it up is add in grammar and punctuation, proper forms of the words, proper punctuation. Now, those are two additional levels you can go to make it a little more interesting and a little more dynamic in what you're learning through the exercise. But the primary focus and the primary goal is to capture what I'm saying. And you did that excellently. So I would celebrate that. And then as we look at this, if you were accepting that level up on yourself, what would you see about this? I said, in today's class, we will discuss various topics related to conservation. So when you look at what you typed here, what do you see that's different?
I know. We will discuss like very
we will discuss various topics related to conservation. So the second part is the accuracy of the words and the forms of the words, right? So we looked at spelling, of course, in today's class. We will, and you put will, which is a contraction, discuss a topic. I think because you got stuck on the word various, that's okay. A topic related to conservation. So everything that is here is spelled correctly. You made a contraction instead of saying we will, you put we'll. That's okay. That's acceptable. And I know you meant to put a space after the comma. And punctuation wise, you did the statement well. You put in your comma in the proper place, and you forgot the period at the end, maybe because you were focused on various. So it's okay. So it depends. The first and primary goal was for you to be able to comprehend what I said, and you did. The second goal in spelling, you did pretty good. I would say like a 98%, right? Because you did a contraction and you left out the word various. And the third part in punctuation, you just left out a period and there could have been a space between class, comma, and wheel. Now, those last two things are up to you. I'm not going to critique you to that level. That's completely up to you if you want to increase what you're doing. And what that will do for you if you do increase those two levels is it will give you new words to practice spelling or forms of the word. And also it will remind you about basic punctuation. So be like killing 3 birds with 1 stone. That's very talented. That's not an idiom, but that's very talented. Let's try another one.
Okay.
And this one, you don't write it down with a pencil. You can just type it in the chat, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So here's another one. And this is for listening comprehension. Those of you who are watching the video, you can do this with us. That's why we are doing it real time, so that you can feel like a fly on the wall, like you're learning this process with Doris. And Doris has been doing it most of the week in various ways, and she's been correcting herself. And it's very useful in developing many aspects of your fluency. Here's the next one. Please make sure to complete the assignment and submit it by Friday. Please be sure. Please make sure, I beg your pardon. Please make sure to complete the assignment and submit it by Friday. Please make sure to complete the assignment and submit it by Friday. Please make sure to complete the assignment and submit it by Friday. Please make sure to make a complete assignment on Friday. Okay, now what I said was, please make sure to complete the assignment and submit it by Friday.
By Friday. Sorry.
It's okay. No, don't be sorry. Come on. That word is not allowed anymore. because we're learning. There's no sorry. You're doing great. You're doing great. So we want to see this, Doris. It would actually be almost a failure if you wrote down everything exactly as I said. There'd be nowhere for anyone to learn who's watching the video. So I'm really grateful that we have these opportunities here. So as everyone can see, Doris captured the main point of what I said. She typed out, please make sure to make a complete assignment on Friday. And what I had said was, please make sure to complete the assignment and submit it by Friday. And when we see this, we see the opportunity, if she wants to take it to the next level, to put exactly everything I'm saying in there. And then, of course, punctuation, she capitalized the P, which is great. And she didn't put a period at the end, but she did capitalize Friday, which is great.
Can I amend it?
No.
No, now.
So
I can get you now.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
okay. No, so one of the things that we were doing together, those of you watching the video, is I was sending Doris audio clips, reading things like this to her, where I would say it twice. And then she could, of course, repeat it as many times as she needed to. And she was trying to write it out based on what she heard. Listening comprehension, right? And then after she was satisfied, she would push to transcribe it. You can do that on language apps. We're on Hello Talk. You can also do that with WeChat, where you click and hold on the message and use the option transcribe. Then it should transcribe it into English, and she was checking her work. Now, what she could do is wait 1 or 2 days and listen to the same audio series again, and then write it down again without looking at her old work. And she would find, as you would find, that when she went back and corrected what she had gotten wrong, went the first time she did it, she would find that she wrote it correctly the next time. And that means that she's fine-tuned her audio, her listening comprehension. In some cases, she may have written down the correct form of the word or the correct spelling of the word that maybe she didn't the first time. And also, she would have remembered her punctuation, capital first letter and period at the end, and any commas or anything in the middle. So this listening comprehension exercise can be very effective. You can start at level 1 just to give your brain an idea of what you want it to do. The dog ran up a tree. The color of the car is green. Very, very basic. Gradually, you can level it up, and you can have your friends send you recordings, people who speak clearly, sending you sentence recordings. You can do these practices together, and then quiz yourself on the same recordings a day or two later, and notice that you not only understood what they said because you recognized it, but you will remember the corrections you made afterwards to perfect it. Now, we just demonstrated that with Doris here. And of course, like a good student, she wants to go back and correct it and add the stuff in. And I prevented her on purpose because the Fly on the Wall series, the idea is for those of you watching to learn as Doris and I learn together. So we want this to be in long form, highly unedited. I may add some text to the screen depending if the chat came up or not. I would write down some things or pop up some words on the screen. But most of this is going to feel like you're in the room with us. This is not rehearsed. Doris just made a time for me, and I made a time for her. And we're reviewing what I went over with her last week. So now we're going to take it to the next level, Doris. Are you ready? This is the next level. So think about this like a layered process. At first, we did level 1 English so that you could kind of get used to what we were going to expect from you. And then we went to level 2, and you said, I think I'm good at level 2 to level 3 because of the amount of words and things like that. Of course, you can continue to raise the level on your own. Remember, I'm teaching you a process that you can practice on your own after this part of the series is over. Now, here's how you can enhance that process even more. You can turn those level of sentences into 2-part dialogue. So instead of just random sentences, now you can do a statement to statement or 2 people talking, just one section of dialogue. So you're going to have to write down the first sentence just like you hear it. And then you'll write down the second sentence or the reply from the person. And then you'll have 2 sentences. And then you will have also practiced a normal dialogue between 2 people. So it's kind of cool. We're loading things into your brain so that your brain has something to pick from when you're talking with someone. So instead of random sentences, we're going to use miniature dialogue. I'll show you. It's going to be okay. All right. Trust me?
Okay. I trust you.
Okay.
Totally.
Good. Let me pull up the other tab here. All right. So this is going to be between a customer and a hostess. Actually, let's do this. We'll do speaker 1 and speaker 2. Here, let me bring up the chat again. Share my screen. I'm really hoping that this text comes up when I do this. Okay, here we go. And then bring up the chat. Hopefully you guys can all see the chat. And so this is going to be between speaker 1 and speaker 2. 2. You can even take these, Doris, and practice with your language partners so you can practice dialogue that you're also rehearsing transcribing. It's going to be great because your brain knows about transcribing now, and now you're going to transcribe things that can be useful in small talk. All right. So the first sentence I'm going to give you is from speaker 1. Good morning. How are you today? One sentence. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you today?
Yes. Did you type it in the chat?
Sorry.
It's okay. Good morning. How are you today? One sentence. Good morning. How are you today? Good morning. How are you today? Okay, that is one way, but that would be 2 sentences. And that's okay. And the word morning, right? It's okay.
Yeah.
So the same process, you can look this. You did capture what I said. Good morning. And it would have been like this. So you can do the same process with this, Doris. You did capture what I said. Listening comprehension, A+. Second level, spell check. You typed it quickly, so you probably just forgot the end. Good morning. And if it's going to be one sentence, you would just put a comma. Good morning. How are you today? One sentence. But you did it in a good way too. Good morning. How are you today? You did 2 sentences. So 1, 2, 3 process. 1, did you capture what I said? Did you capture it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Step 2, to be more precise to exactly what I said, 98%, right? And then the third one, as far as punctuation goes, I think you got 100% because the way you wrote it, the punctuation's fine, right? Good morning. How are you today? All right, cool. So moving forward, that's the first sentence. Now, the next one is speaker 2's reply to that. So speaker 1 said, good morning. How are you today? And speaker 2 is going to say, ready? You're going to type this in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you? 2 sentences. I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you? Speaker 2. I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you? Awesome. Look at you. High five. High five. Awesome. Good job. Good job. And this is a level up, everybody. We're taking this to the next level for about a week. Doris has been practicing almost daily, listening to audio that I've sent her with random sentences at different English levels. She's been writing down what she thinks she's heard and then transcribing what I sent her audio clip to so she can see the text. And she's been comparing it for accuracy. Accuracy level 1, did it capture the idea of what I said? Level 2, is everything spelled right, the right spelling and the right forms of the words? And level 3, is the punctuation accurate? So that's a three-phase process of checking her transcribing ability or her ability to understand what's being said. Now we've brought it into a new arena. Instead of random sentences, we now have paired them up to be a mini dialogue of everyday conversation. So now as she practices hearing comprehension, she's also locking in some very basic dialogue at the same time. It is like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, as the idiom goes. So good job. Now you have a dialogue that you typed out. So good morning. How are you today? Doris says, I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you?
Yes.
Okay. And then you read the first one to me. Read from speaker one.
Okay. Good morning, Jonathan. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing fine too.
See, so we'll go down through several of these. We can change the environment, like we can do this two-part dialogue in a restaurant, in a coffee shop, at a grocery store. And as you're learning these sentences for listening comprehension, it will make it more familiar to you when someone else talks to you. Like when you're in a place and someone says this to you, instead of saying, I'm fine, now you might say, I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? And turn it back on them. So it's like two things at once. Let's try another one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is speaker one. And speaker one says, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Perfect. Perfect. On all three, she did perfectly. She wrote down the idea of what I said. So her comprehension is 100%. If we take it to the next two levels, she wrote exactly what I said, the right forms of the words, everything is spelled correctly. And the third level would be punctuation. She capitalized the first letter of the sentence and she put the right punctuation at the end, which is a question mark. Awesome. Awesome. And so the reply from speaker two would be this. I like reading books and going for long walks. I like reading books and going for long walks. I like reading books and going for long walks. Look at that. Another trifecta, three of what we were looking for. I like reading books and going for long walks. So the primary is what, Doris? What's the first thing we're looking for?
Um, Primary, sorry.
It's okay. The first thing we're looking for is comprehension, accuracy, right? Did you
Yeah.
understand what I
Yeah.
said? You did.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The secondary thing I'm looking for is grammar, or I mean spelling, correct spelling and forms of words. So did you get that correctly?
I think so.
I think so
Punctuation.
too.
Yeah.
All right. So primary, secondary, tertiary, which means the third thing I'm looking for is punctuation. Did you do accurate punctuation here?
I think so.
I know so. And you know so too. You're just hesitating. We're going to build your confidence. It's okay. Capital letter in the beginning and period at the end. Perfect. Perfect. So here we've learned a dialogue between two people, just a brief dialogue, as we practiced hearing comprehension. And Doris hit all three of the levels. She has captured what I said. She has the proper spelling and forms of words, and she applied the proper punctuation. So not only that, she learned another dialogue. Let's practice the dialogue. Ready? What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Oh, I like to read. I like to reading. Oh, sorry.
I just noticed that
Sorry.
too.
Yes, yes.
Maybe the
I
people
made
watching were
sorry,
like,
I
wait.
made a mistake.
Maybe
I like reading books and going for long walks.
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
Um,
I thought it was correct.
I need to remove two.
Yes. Yes. It's okay. We caught it. And we probably got the people excited that were watching. They're like, no, that's wrong. The word to, yeah. Uh-huh. It's okay. Because if you put to, you'd have to put read. I like to read books
Yeah,
and go
yeah.
for long
Yes,
walks. Yeah, it's different. So I think
mhm,
they're getting the idea of what we're talking about here. And so let
yes.
me give them an example as we go back here. Let me give everybody an example. Make this bigger. Are you enjoying this process, Doris?
Yes.
And do you understand how it's building on what you've already been practicing? It's building on it. So instead of random words, we're going to practice different types of dialogue. And don't worry, I'm going to send you these after we're off the video. So I'll send you all of them I have for you to practice. And when we get together next time, we'll see if you have that down pat. Um, so it'll be like a review like today. And then we'll look at one more way you can improve your listening comprehension. And we might be at the point of setting you free from that goal, meaning that you now have one or two ways to increase your listening comprehension. And if you practice them and continue to challenge yourself with new levels, it will grow. If you don't,
Yeah.
then it won't. Right? Okay. So remember the adage or the old saying that we shared in video 2, that if you give a man a fish, he eats for one day. If you teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So we're going through these practices so that Doris and those of you watching will learn the process to enhance your listening comprehension. Of course, in the last what was it, the last one or the one before? I think it was the last one, the second version of this. We showed a whole slideshow that gave a lot of other ways to increase your comprehension. Listening to podcasts, you can pause them and write the transcription, watching movies or videos. There's several ways. Check out the second video with Doris. This is the third one. And let's move into a different environment. Let's talk about the same type of thing, but restaurant phrases. Like if you went to a restaurant, what the waitress or the host would say and what the customer would say. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Bring it back to the shared screen. And then the chat. Hopefully everyone can see the chat. Okay, so here it's going to be customer and hostess, or waiter and customer, that kind of a thing. All
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
here we go. The first thing we're going to give you to type down is from the waiter.
Okay.
Good evening. Are you ready to order? 2 sentences. Good evening. Are you ready to order? Good evening. Are you ready to order? Okay, okay. Good, good, good. So in the 3 checks, we're going to do them faster now because everyone gets an idea. Did she capture
Yeah.
what I said? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did she put the right forms of the words? Let me look more carefully. Good evening. Are you ready to order? Yes, absolutely. Did she use the correct punctuation? Yes, like 98%. So she put an exclamation point, which could be totally fine, but there should be a space after that between are you ready to order for the second sentence. And so it's okay. That's like 99.9% accurate in the 3 things we're checking for. Wonderful, wonderful. So that would be from the waiter. Now the customer says this next thing. Are you ready, Doris?
Yes.
Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken with a side salad, please. Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken with a side salad, please. Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken with a side salad, please. Good evening. Are you ready to order? Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken with a side salad, please. Don't hesitate. Hit enter. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think I didn't get I will have the grilled
it's
chicken.
okay. No, we're going to learn together. This is a great one. This is a great one. So, your practice is for hearing comprehension. And sometimes, if you haven't heard that phrase before, your brain will grab onto something close. That's normal. That's normal. So, this we
Yeah.
see a chance for you to increase your vocabulary, which is awesome. So, what I said was, yes, I'll have the grilled chicken with a side salad, please.
Seller. Chicken size salad.
Okay. So what's happening now is your brain is loading the new words and you're associating it with what I've said. Now I'll say it again because if you watching the video are practicing this is part of the process. It is wonderful to see opportunities for growth. It is not a failure. It's not a minus. It's not a red mark. Just get that out of your head. When you're practicing these things, you're looking for opportunity of growth. If you say it perfectly well and you spell it perfectly well and everything's fine, well, fine, you've got that in there. That's great. But
Yes, yes.
when you hear the wrong form of the word or you don't even know the word, that's a chance to develop. So it's okay. So, yes,
Yeah.
I'll have the grilled chicken. That's when you put chicken on a hot grill with bars. And so it has those black marks on the chicken from being seared because it was on the grill. So that's grilled chicken. It's fried on a grill,
Mhm.
right? So I'll have
Yeah.
the grilled chicken with a side salad. That means a salad on the side, like a small portion.
Mhm, mhm. Mhm, mhm.
So you're learning some phrases because these are completely common phrases, Doris. This is not
Yeah.
this is not a rare thing. This is completely normal. You want to try to say that? I'll ask you from the waiter and then you read the
Yeah.
answer. Okay.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
evening. Are you ready to order?
Yes, I will have the grilled chicken with a side salad, please.
Ah, good, good, good. And in this case, you'd be looking at the menu. It would show you the main meal and it would show you the side options. Sometimes it's vegetables of the day, sometimes it's soup, sometimes it's salad. So you looked at the
Mhm.
menu, you chose the grilled chicken, and you decided that you wanted the side salad as your choice. Cool, right?
Yes, yes. Like in this sentence, just a word grilled. I don't know.
It's okay. And instead of salad, now you've learned how to say side salad.
Mm, I I know. Actually, I knew like what you said, but I'm not sure, so I didn't type it.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, now you should be more sure. And I wish I could
Mm-hmm,
make this
mm-hmm.
bigger. I
Yeah,
can't. I
yeah.
wanted to make this bigger, but I can't. Maybe like this. A little bit bigger. Oh yeah, I can. Look. This whole time I could have made you bigger. Look. Okay. Well, it's okay. There we go. That's better. Look at that's better. This is more appropriate. I hope that they can see the chat. If not, I will I will make it up in the video. We'll figure it out. There we go. That way we
Mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm.
fill the screen with you and I instead of all this background. Good, good, good. Okay. You're doing great. You're doing great. This is the next level. So the difficulty should be about the same, but the context is something that might be useful for you. So very
Yeah.
cool. You ready for another one? And then we'll switch
Yes.
categories.
Yes.
Okay, let me find another one here. This is from a waiter and a customer. The first one is the waiter.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else I can get for you? Is there anything else I can get for you? Is there anything else I can get for you? Is there anything else I can get for you? Is there anything else I can get for you? Wonderful. Again, 3 in a row. You got all 3 things. You captured what I said. So your comprehension is 100%. Correct forms of the word, 100%. And finally, all the punctuation is correct. Is there anything else I can get for you? Good job. Good job. And this is what the waiter would say when it looked like your plates were about empty and you're just having conversation. Or if you put your silverware on the plate, crossing your fork and your knife, and then you put your tablecloth, your napkin, your cloth napkin on your plate, that means you're finished. So that's etiquette for I'm finished. So the waiter would come up seeing that you were both finished and say, is there anything else I can get for you? Meaning, would you like coffee or tea or some dessert, right? Okay. So here's the answer. Is there anything
Yes,
else
I'm ready.
for you? Is there anything else I can get for you? Just the check, please. Just the check, please. Just the check, please. Just the check, please. Nice. Nice. Good, good, good. You captured what I said 100%. Correct forms of the words 100%. And just one space after that comma. And you can always put punctuations, but usually a punctuation like an exclamation point is something really excited and full of energy. It would be acceptable there, but I would use the period more than the exclamation point. But great. So is there anything else I can get for you?
Just the check, please.
Just the check, please. That just means, no, we're finished. We just want to pay the bill now. You see?
Yeah.
No, just the check, please. And whoever says that usually is the one who's going to get the check. So the waiter will bring it to the person who asked for the check. In this country, sometimes they put the check in between both people. Or they might even ask, do you want to split the check? Because now that everything is computerized, they can easily split the check to 2 different people. And since you're paying at the table most of the time on the kiosk, a little portable computer thing, you can split the check there if you're going Dutch, which means both of you pay for your own part of the meal. Yeah. Very cool. Any questions, Doris?
No.
Okay. Well, we have more of those, and I will send those to you to practice. And we're going to switch to one more category, and this is at the grocery store. So if you were in a native English speaking place, United States, and you can hear some of these common interactions at a grocery store, we're going to apply the same technique. And those of you watching the video, you can do this with any number of genre or categories. This would help you to not only practice hearing correctly, but also to put it into play, like to imagine that you're in a grocery store and you're having this dialogue. Dialogue can be very effective if you act it out. Like if I had a dialogue between a policeman pulling someone over to give him a ticket for speeding, then it would be beneficial to play that role with Doris, where she would act like the policewoman, I would act like the driver. The more emotion and effort you put into the acting, the more you will retain the information because your brain feels like it experienced it. So dramatizing it or acting out the dialogue can be very useful in recalling what you're learning. Just little tricks there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Between the customer and the store employee. The first line is from the customer. Are you ready, Doris?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Do you carry organic fruits? 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 Close. It's probably my pronunciation.
No, maybe um I I think maybe the organic is long.
It's okay. And organic, if those of you don't know who are watching the video, organic implies no preservatives, no pesticides, nothing artificial. Organic means completely natural in the ground. That's what people mean when they say organic. They mean no pesticides, no hormones, no nothing, right? So in this case, the customer's asking the employee, do they carry organic fruits?
Fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now I will give you the store employee's response. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Do you carry organic fruits? Yes, we have a selection of organic fruits in aisle 5. Yes, we have a selection of organic fruits in aisle 5. Yes, we have a selection of organic fruits in aisle 5. There you go. All right. Oh, okay. That's okay. That's okay. Opportunity. Remember, listening comprehension. Your brain is trying to attach what it knows to what it thinks I'm saying. So when you see things like this, it just means either you couldn't understand what I was saying or your brain didn't know how to associate what I was saying. So this is great. It's great, Doris. It's great. This is perfect for the video as well. So what I said was, all right. Yes, we have a selection of organic fruits in aisle 5. You know what an aisle? Aisle is like the rows. They call them aisles. Like row 1, row 2, row 3 in the grocery store. You know, you see where they are. They call them aisles. So the S is silent. It's A-I-S-L-E for aisle. So there's another word you can add to your vocabulary. So they, yeah, so they were just pointing the customer to the right aisle where all the organic fruits are. Very cool. Let's dialogue. Do you carry organic fruits?
Yes, we have a selection of organic fruits in aisle 5.
Aisle 5, no S, just aisle. Yeah. Yeah, the S is silent. Good. See? So there's so much cool opportunity here. Instead of just memorizing words, now you have listening comprehension you have word recognition, you have proper spelling and forms of words, you have punctuation and grammar, and you have dialogue all in one exercise. So that is so efficient when you're studying English. Of course, you can increase the level to have more descriptive words, and you can also increase the length of the dialogue to be 4 or 6 different exchanges between people. And this will give your brain a form of sensation like it has experienced this activity. So you're likely to remember the things again. Cool, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think these are cool these are cool topics or dialogues. Like you put me in a real situation.
Absolutely. And so we see here, everyone, we've gone from video one where we were talking with Doris about what her English goals are. We made them more specific. We talked about the SMART goals in the other videos. I'm going to encourage you to go watch the other videos so you can build with us. The second video, we went over one of these approaches called transcribing. And Doris and I have practiced this all week long. And now we're revisiting transcribing practice, but we turned it into dialogue practice. So, same level of sentences, but a dialogue instead of a random sentence. So, in this way, as Doris is practicing her listening comprehension and she's checking for proper forms of word and proper spelling, and I realize this does spell check on the text. So it does spell check. I didn't realize that. But as you do it yourselves, do it in some way that doesn't allow for spell check. Really challenge yourselves. And then you share it with each other through dialogue. You will see so much growth in your English. Look how many things you're covering in one exercise. And it's kind of fun, right? It can be fun.
Yes, yes. Not only I can improve my listening, but also I can improve my vocabulary.
Yeah. And then you would just level it up. You would have a longer conversation or dialogue, or you would choose a higher level so that you'd have more
Yeah.
descriptive words. So, this kind of a type of fishing can be very useful. And you know what, guys? It's free. It's free. Find a language partner, use creative exercises like this. And Doris and I are going to go over these together outside of the video. I'm going to send her the audio clips where I read both sides of the dialogue so she can write them down. And then she's going to practice the dialogue on her own. And this is going to help her to even grow more
Mm-hmm.
next week. And I think with these two types of exercises, Doris could actually increase her listening comprehension along with the other things on the slideshow from if she activates all of these, then she will see measurable growth in her English within a month of just doing this. It should only take 15 to 20 minutes every day. Now Doris has a job and she has a wonderful family. And so she's very much like most of you. She doesn't just sit home looking for something to do. She has a lot of things to do. And she's given English learning and enhancement a priority, not the priority, but a priority. So when she's not spending time with her wonderful family, when she's not going to work or maybe on her break at work, she's practicing listening comprehension. And she'll text me and say, Jonathan, can you send me some more? And I'll send her like 10 more things. And at her convenience, she'll listen to them, write it, and then transcribe the audio clip, check her work. And then the next day she can listen to it again and write it perfectly. So, what do you think of this whole approach, Doris? Fruitful? Is it good?
Yeah, of course, it's very you helpful and useful. Yeah. Uh, yeah, like you put me in a specific environment and let me grow up. Yeah, like that.
Yes, yes. And that's what we try to do on Taliko Vima. This whole series, everybody, the Fly on the Wall series will potentially address specific issues from certain languages to English. In this case, Doris really wanted to give priority to her hearing comprehension. And so, since that was her priority, we've given her some exercises that we'll continue to do and develop before the next video. And in doing so, you can also enhance your listening comprehension of English. Now, what you can do after you get comfortable with one partner, like Doris and I are working together, you could change partners to where someone has a different accent. And you'll find that
Mhm.
your brain will be able to grab onto the words no matter what the accent, because you've now trained your brain over the last couple of weeks, Doris, to be at a high level of
Mhm.
focus, listening, and applying. The only words you've gotten wrong are because they weren't in your vocabulary, and now they are. So I think you did really well. You're the perfect student in showing us areas of improvement and letting us know how you've been improving. So this is great. This is great. Now we're at the end of this video, and I want to know, Doris, do you have any questions for me?
Mm, no questions. I just expect like more practice like this.
Okay. And I'm going to send you these that we touched on today, but I also want you
Mhm.
to start considering other sources, because remember, we're going to transition you from you and me interacting, you and I, sorry, from you and I interacting for you and a language partner, or you someone else. So this way you can
Okay.
have more consistent practice. You can help them with what
Yeah,
you've learned here, and they can help you to
yeah,
grow in what you're doing. Because guess what?
yeah,
When you help each other, the person helping is learning too. So they're reading the
yeah,
phrases that you're trying to write down. So as they read, they're learning English. And as you write down, you're comprehending what they're
mm,
saying. It really is a beautiful and free dynamic that will level you guys up. So remember, everyone, get two partners, one person that you're teaching and one person you're
yeah,
learning from.
yeah.
And as you guys work together, you'll both be
Mhm.
learning and growing at the same time. It's an amazing, amazing dynamic. All right.
Yeah.
Well, those of you watching this video, if you have any questions, please leave comments. Of course, we want to grow the channel. That's true. But we really want to serve you. If you are a fly on the wall and you're learning these things, maybe you did have questions. Doris and I have talked before, and we chat one on one. I may not be chatting with you guys. So if you have questions, you can text them in the comments for the video, and I will answer your comments. And that way we can get you on the right track. You can also join us on Hello Talk, where we live stream every day and we share in different ways to get you to develop your English. Ask me in the chat about the Hello Talk place to go in Hello Talk to find us, but we're together every day. So this could be helpful for you, as it's visually helpful for Doris, because I see her growth and her confidence already in a few videos. So very cool. Exciting, exciting, Doris. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to see you keep growing. This is cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm also very happy to see my growing, and I do thank you. Yeah, to choose me for like this pioneered mm, like that.
Yeah, well, it's my pleasure. You're the perfect candidate. We have a couple of other people who've also volunteered. I just really wanted to focus with you so that we can get you on the right track. And I want you also to be thinking about, Doris, what your next specific goal is. That should not come as a surprise when we ask you that. So, of all the other areas of English learning, think about what would be your next goal after this one. Don't tell us now. Let us wait, and that way we'll see it. But we're going to close for now. Those of you who are watching, again, we are Taliko Vima English, and our goal is to bring you simple solutions to help with your English fluency that are free, that are free. So I think that teachers and tutors should get paid if they can provide you with techniques and an approach to give you a measurable response at the end of that time together. But in this case, our community is about developing all the things for free. And then when you get to that level where you need a one-on-one tutor, you guys can also comment in the chat if you want to know someone who I know who will give you custom curriculum for you. But that's at a certain higher level for immediate breakthroughs. I have a wonderful teacher who does this at a very reasonable price for what she provides, and she'll create a whole curriculum for you that will give you amazing results by the end of your time together. So Doris, thank you again. And I will send you some practice, and we'll get this process and posted as soon as possible. Thank you so much, Doris.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time, okay?
Okay, see you.
Okay.
This has been Taliko Vima English, making the world your classroom.
Please remember to subscribe and like and share with your friends.